All right, well, peace, peace, peace. Hopefully, the Most High in your house is blessing your day. Another day, man. By His mercies, we aren't consumed, man. Yeah, man. Just go out there and show that love and kindness to one another, man. And you know what it is too. I want to go into something, man, because our man, like we gotta be there for the youth, man. Be an example, man. If you have children, even if you don't, man. Honestly, man, because I was coming out working at school today, and you know what it is. And I'm in now. It's kind of different than the school I was at now, rather than last year, because now I'm kind of more of a neighborhood school, like young, in the in the in the actual ghettos in the hood, like in the ghettos as in where the real Jews dwell, because that's where the actual definition of the ghetto means. But in the hood, pretty much in the trenches, pretty much. And it is what it is, man. That's why it is. Our damn fly. We gotta be an example for the youth, man. Because honestly, man, they need the love and they need the example and they need to be instructed, man. Because honestly, whether you're in the word, out the word, more perfectly too, if you're in the word. Because I was talking about this one, my homie, the other, actually my brother the other day. Even I talked to, it's my homie too, of course. But I was talking about that with my brother. Actually yesterday, man, and that's just what it is. That's just what's missing, honestly, man. That's what That's why you get the Isaiah 3:12. To get the second Esdras 5:8, man. Because honestly, man, that's what's going on, man. Because let me just grab this, man. Because man, it's just sad, man. Second Esdras chapter 5 and verse 8. It says, and there shall be confusion in many places, and the fire shall be oft sent out, and the wild beasts shall change their places, and menstruous women shall bring forth monsters. So yeah, man, that's what we see now, and that's Isaiah 3 and 12, man. But you know what it is, man. Yeah, man, and that's just is what it is too. But honestly, man, our youth though, they're very like here's the thing, man. That's why I did that video about a few months ago about that scripture in Proverbs, which I'm about to get. Hopefully, I could find it. About that when I did cover the movie, I was actually watching Dead Poet Society when Robin Williams' character, he brought out what was in the Ethan Hawke's character pretty much. He brought because Ethan Hawke's character, he's very poetic. He was very poetic. He had very good poetry. He had very good writing. He had very good material, but yeah, man, he was just shy and things of that nature. But that's why I brought that out, because a lot of art, man. No, even though a lot of times, like for this generation now, I pretty much say they are kind of like dumb. But there are. I mean, they but it's not really their fault of their own. But it's just because you're not just being properly instructed, man. That's why I made the video yesterday. Walk with wisdom, those that are without it, man. Not only for amongst the our people outside the walk, sometimes even the elders, like our elderly people, or older people than you, or like people amongst your age group, or things and that, or not just adults, but for the children as well, man. Because you gotta be an example to them. Honestly, man, that's just is what it is, man. So because a lot of them are bright, man. Because when I was in that classroom today, it was wild in there. But it is. But I noticed, man, those man, they're very intelligent. They're very smart, man. Like they are, man. So we gotta. That's why we gotta speak life into them, man. Honestly, man. Because yeah, man. Because I know it's still gonna get worse. Things are going to get worse, but prophecy unfolds, man. But we because it's going to happen that way, man. But honestly, man, if it's only a few, man, that's why that's why I always said this, the Most High, it comes us to children, man. Because when I was working at school, even now, man, because a lot of children out here, like a lot of them just aren't going to be. A lot of them aren't just going to be upright people. They aren't going to be good people. A lot of them are going to be wicked. But there is going to be a few, just like the children of Israel. There's going to be a few that's going to be saved. A lot of them aren't going to make it. But there's going to be a few. So that's why it's a lot of reasons why, Most High is brilliant. Most High House is brilliant. He kens us like we're kin to children in that aspect, and we are, man. Just seeing that spiritual dynamic, man. But yeah, let me get this in Proverbs real quick, though. Proverbs chapter 20, verse 4. I'm reading in Good News Translation. It says, "A person's thoughts are like a water in a deep well, but someone with insight can draw them out." Yeah, man. So we had that insight, man. That's why I got walking wisdom, man. That's why we had to be skilled in that aspect, man. Because cause honestly, man, that's just is what it is too. Like, because like that's just is what it is. Because like they're very brilliant, but you need somebody to draw it out and speak life into them, man, and tell them that's just okay to be yourself, man. You don't have to be a run. That's why Proverbs 1 gives you the game. Tell your son that. Tell your children that. Not to run it with a multitude to do evil or things of that nature, man. But you know what it is, man. But but you know what it is too. That's just the fact that um, yeah, man, it doesn't. But because man, that's just is what it is, man. Because because we gotta look out for them as well, man. Seriously, man, you gotta look out for them as well. So let me grab this again, man. Proverbs chapter 20 verse 4. It says a person's thoughts are in the well in the deep well, but someone with insight can draw them out. So yeah, man, because you know what it is. It's like when I recently shot that little movie, whatever, with one of my brothers, man. One of the brothers, one of my brothers, man. Man, and this is like when I see children like that though, because he had sons or whatever. But seeing children like that, man, it's like a breather. It was like a fresh air. It's like, damn, man, wow. But you know what it is? I was telling about this with my brother yesterday, man. Like, there's a reason why, like, Samuel was the way he was, man, because that's all he ever knew. He only saw his pops and mom for like once a year, man. He was in the temple with Eli, man. He grew up around spiritual men, man. He grew up around that, man. Honestly, man, because you know what? Even if you're in the word, man, you still like honestly, man, in the word, out the word, gotta be watched. Like they're attacking the children for a reason, man. So yeah, exactly, because they're most impressionable things of that nature, man. But you gotta instruct them, man, on things, man. Honestly, and just live it, honestly, man. Because and love them, man, honestly, man, because a lot of times most of it, like the young sister today, man, she was brilliant, she was very smart, bro. I'm like, oh my gosh. And she was in the room, and one of my coworkers, she asked her, she said, you act out just for attention, don't you? And she just smiled, she did the little thing, and she said yes, and she ended up saying, yes, I act out for attention. I'm like, that's what it is, that's the root of it is. Of course, not all the children are going to admit that, probably no, but probably none of them aren't, man. But it's kind of sad what's going on with that young sister, man, with her mother and things of nature, man. But a lot of them aren't being loved, getting the proper attention, the proper care, proper love, man. That's where most killers get like that. Most gangsters, killers, horrors, things of nature. We see that because it was the lack of love that happens, man. That's what it is, man. Actually, you know what? The man from the Vile Eye, right? He mentioned this, which I kind of semi agree with, right? Because he was doing a podcast, or whatever, and they asked him because I would recommend y'all watch the Vile Eye. It's called the Vile Eye, the VILEI. It's a YouTube channel. He goes into the psychology of villains, like or in movies, TV, in anime, cartoons, video games, whatever. He goes into the spirit and psychology of it. And he asked him a question. He said, "Listen, do you think the interview asked him a question? He said, do you think because I slightly disagree, but do you think like certain people are born like evil or born wicked, pretty much?" He said no, man, because he said mentioned because a lot of people, I heard this in my lifetime too. A lot of people said this too, like go back in the time machine and kill baby Hitler, but he was like, no, well, why would we do that? Why wouldn't we just put Hitler, give him an orphanage or like give him the proper love, like in his family? Why don't we we'll connect him with his family or connect him to an orphanage or collect him the right environment to get love, give him the help or be around people that were good examples for him. Just proper instruction, man. That's what and that aspect. I see where he was coming from, but I disagree because like Proverbs 16:4, and a lot of times that was the most High's is all the most High's will, because he said, listen, he creates the righteous. Like Isaiah, he says in Isaiah, I create the righteous and I create good and evil, man. I create the righteous and the wicked. They serve my purposes for my will, pretty much, just like that Romans 9 with Jacob and Esau, pretty much, man. Just like Cain and Abel, man, because Abel. Like I said, Abel means breath. He was the child of the promise, man. He and Abel had the breath of life, had the Holy Spirit. Cain wasn't. That was just in the Most High's will for that to happen. So in that aspect, I agree with what he was saying though, man. But that's just is what it is, man. But I said to say that because a lot of times, you have, because sometimes I watch like those different channels like the Devour Hour. Sometimes like hood politics, street stuff like that. I might watch that, but because a lot of times some of those gangsters and like criminals or like serial killers, they came from good backgrounds, man. It was just like that's just they just came from good backgrounds, for pretty much per se. But like that's it. They just were evil. They just chose that path. They were just evil at the end of the day. Because I believe that like a few come to mind. Because like speaking of middle child, because I think honestly, like, just a little aside too, like people like Supreme McGriff or like Pistol Pete, like doing like because I was watching that channel, doing their background, they came from good backgrounds, but they just was in that life. There was just like that. It was just written for them to be like that. They just chose that path, but because I think I said to say because I think Supreme McGriff is a middle child, because that's probably that middle child syndrome is a thing too, man. This is on the side note, because like I was a middle child, and that kind of happened like that things of that nature happened to me. So every time I see a middle child, I had that compassion, man. Like try to have that compassion on, because I went through that. Because some of it happens, because I told not with everybody everywhere. Because because I talked to brothers like this in the Discord app, because another bro was the middle child. He said, listen, so it really didn't affect him like that, things of that nature, like, but some of it did. But, now, recently, I'm kind of over that now, like, in my lifetime now. But, growing up, it really affected me, man. But now I'm kind of just like, yeah, it is what it is. It's part. But see, that's why the Most High, why teachers like the Most High teaches, man. Because the Most High teaches you compassion, like, to have, he teaches you in the aspect of, okay, have that compassion on somebody that you went through that, man. That's how the Most High teaches you to do that, man. Honestly, man. So that's how say if you were poor or you were homeless at one time, now you being compassionate on a homeless man. That's how the Most High. That's pretty much how the Most High teaches, man. But that's how the Most High teaches. But yeah, man. But going to that point, man. Sometimes it's like Michael Myers, or something like that. I was thinking like what the Donald Pleasance, that was his name. His character said in Halloween's franchise, pretty much. He said he was just born evil. I just seen evil in his eyes, and pretty much if you know that, like, he kind of Michael Myers, pretty much like if you go into it, if y'all watch like the movies thing that nature, if you start even the first movie, he had a good background, pretty much. But I said to say because I disagree with what he said, because he was an evil man, but pretty much. But a lot of times that's why you see most gangsters out here in most streets. They join gangs and cliques because again didn't get that love from their father, or didn't get the love from their mother, or they got love from one but didn't get the love from the other, man. So man, that's just is what it is, man. So also too, man, you gotta. Especially for the men out here. That's why, because it's all starts with the men, man. That's why, because like you gotta know who you procreating with as well, man. Honestly, because I was watching a brother from Assembly Firstborn yesterday, man. He said this, man. Like, honestly, he said, listen, because he's watching something, man. And because it's pretty much, man, how a woman sees like how she deals with her child, man. That's how she's going to deal with you, man. You gotta like love and like protect that child, man. Honestly, man, because how she sees that child, how she sees is how she views you. She's nothing negligent or doesn't care, apathetic, man. That's how she felt about you, because you're a reflection of that child, man. In the same aspect as course was a man with his children, man. But it's more common. And in my lifetime, like the brother said, I've seen that with more like women per se, man. Not saying like men are like that. Usually, it's not with their own children like that. Sometimes there are. It is. You have some. Women out here that were molested by their fathers, unfortunately, or even sons that were molested or abused by their dad. But not saying that aspect, but most of the time they're like that with other people's children, not usually their own. But that's just his observation. But he mentioned this as an aspect too. He mentioned this in the spiritual aspect, man. That's why you got to be mindful of that, like who you procreate with, because when you see your son, you're supposed to see yourself. Isn't that the Most High did that with all his servants, the sons of God, the sons of him? Like, that's my child right there. That touch not mine anointed. Don't touch my son right there, man. Don't do that then. Watch my son. I love my son. I love my child. I love my daughter. I love my sons and daughters, man. So that's what it is. That's what it all goes into the spiritual aspect, man. That's why you gotta love them, man. Honestly, Seriously, man, and that love comes with, cause you know what it is too. Cause I was listening to the morning prayers this morning, like I try to do each morning at the Most High House. Lets me live. But you know what? The most high Yahushua's love this not is not unconditional though. It's conditional though. It is conditional love, honestly, because you know. But yeah, but it is conditional because they mentioned that. But it is conditional, man. Because you know, a lot of times too, because I mentioned this too. I mentioned this. Let me say this too. You can't love anybody too much. You can't love anybody too much because you know when like you know because you can't I can't point in time with the Most High Yahusha you know ever said you know they you know you love them too much. He never that's never a thing. But a lot of times too, because with that love comes that corrections. Because a lot of times when people say that you love them too much, meaning that you know usually I think with the one they haven't been loved, so you know it's that void missing there. You know they never been loved, so it's a void missing there. And two, it's the aspect of okay, like you just letting you're like Eli's sons pretty much. You're letting them do with it's love with no correction pretty much. You're just letting them do whatever they want. No, that's what Sirach says. Conquer not thy child. No, with the love comes with the correction, man. That's part of the love, honestly. Now that's how I think when people mean when they say that, man, because you know. That's just is what it is with that, man. But you know, honestly, you can't love anybody too much, man. You gotta really love them, man, honestly, and teach them how to value themselves, man, so they don't be going seeking out validation, so they'll be self-validated. Like you know, something I didn't have growing up. I kind of struggle with, you know, growing up. You know, as now I got the word, I'm like, you know, over the years it's kind of kicking in, but I struggle with that, man. Just more of not being like peer pressure per se, but you know, like confidence issue. I'm still trying to kill off that old man, you know, things of that nature. But you know, but it is self esteem, confidence, all that stuff like that, man. I still struggle with that too. But you know, more and more as I you know dabble in the faith, growing in the faith, and dabble in the word, man. It's kind of killing off, man. That's the part of old man I need to kill off. But you know, but also too, there's safety in that, man, and like you know, there's safety as well as in that being bashful, because you know it is like you know because in Sirach says there's bashfulness that destroys the soul, which is true. A lot of the times that bashfulness can be a security blanket, so that's kind of a balanced thing with that. But yeah, man, I'm kind of going off topic, man. But yeah, man, that's just is what it is, man. There are like you know honestly, man, like you know, because there's a lot of times, even the last year that I went through, that you know, I was like, man, Whitney is wrong about this. I believe that children are future, man. I was like, oh man, if that's the case, we were doomed. And still to that part, I'd still agree, man. Especially just generation, but I'm saying that it's on us though. Like you know, we dropped the ball, and you know, generation before that, you know, things of that nature, man. But you know, so you can't blame them, but so much, honestly, man, because they had to be instructed. Just like no, that's the children of Israel had to be instructed, man, because like you know, the Most High, you know, that's why like you know, that's why I know He does this, man. Honestly, man, because He's not gonna like you know, He's not gonna chastise like you know. Chastise the ones that just don't know no better, man. You got to teach them so they'll know better, man. Honestly, man. That's why when we first come into knowledge, it says this, Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 17. First she will walk with him by crooked ways, and will bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul and try him by her law. So yeah, man, because that's where the Most High can wink. Most High Yahusha can wink at your ignorance, man. Honestly, they can wink at your ignorance, things of that nature. Like, okay, cool, but you know, like over time, man, you gotta. That's what it is too, man. So that's how we gotta be with children, man. They have to be taught and disciplined and instructed on things, man. You know, it is what it is what it is, man. So you know, gotta be patient. You know, be patient with them, man. Honestly, you know, it's like the Most High House is patient with us, man. So, yeah, man. Seriously, man. Like you know, yeah, seriously, man. That's what it is, man. So, yeah, man. So yeah, hopefully this is edifying, man. Hopefully the Most High House shall bless your day. So peace.